So finally, the CCMT options are there. CCMT has declared its intent to start the registration process and make you log in, right? The target audience for CCMT, basically दो तरह के लोग. पहला ऑप्शन, पहला सेट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स is those students जिनका गेट स्कोर थोड़ा कम है, which means one set of students who are looking at CCMT seriously are those students whose gate score is relatively low. But the second set of students who are equally interested in CCMT is those students who are getting some choices in the IITs, may not be in the old ones, maybe in the new ones, but may not be in the branch of their choice. So obviously for them, CCMT becomes very important. And the reason for that is very obvious. The top 6 to 10 NITs offer courses and opportunities which are at par with some of the newer IITs. So that is why you have to make a very judicious choice of what should be the preference order. See, I don't want to get into the details of the CCMT registration process and things of that kind. That is something which is quite obvious. But I'll want to highlight some of the important aspects which you must pay due attention. And that is something which will be really very helpful for you when you get into the actual nitty-gritties. All right. Okay. To start with, we'll take a look at some of the important dates. Maybe I'll just run through a few slides which are there. I was just making, suitable editing. I was doing the editing of the slides for CCMT, and we'll just quickly run through those slides just as a kind of a reminder that these are the important dates which we must consider very seriously, right? So I'm going to be sharing that PPT on the screen. Can take a look at it. Yes. The registration process started from 14th of June, 14th of May, and it is open till the 4th of June. And you have to do the locking of the choices by 6th of June, right? The 3 rounds of seat allotment, the dates for that are given as 9th June, 21st June, and 27th June, respectively. But based on the previous year's trends, these dates generally change. They generally get extended. But anyway, based on the schedule that has been published by the CCMT authorities, these are the dates to go with to begin with, right? The main rounds, the seat allotment finally is over by 27th of June. You can make online withdrawals from the institute where you are finally admitted between the 2nd of July and the 5th of July. This is followed by the special rounds, which will go on from 5th July till August 11th, right? This year, obviously, they have increased the fees which is chargeable. Instead of 3,000 rupees as a registration fee, this time it is 3,500 for general category, and then 3,000 for the SC, ST, etc. Right? The schedule for the special rounds is first round seat allotment is done on the 19th of July, and the second round seat allotment is on the 26th of July. Now, all these dates are required to be remembered by you. Make a note of these dates so that you don't miss on any of the deadlines, right? The national spot round is going to be between the 1st of August and the 5th of August. And the final after allocation, the final document verification after the allocation based on spot round is 8th of August 2025. And I think 11th August is the last year's date also. And this year also it's going to be something similar. All the NITs are participating. The centrally funded in government engineering colleges are participating. Number of triple ITs, triple IT DMs. All these are the list of participating institutes. I'm not getting into that. I'm not the eligibility criteria. This is all known to you. There is no limit to the number of choices that you can enter, right? But you have to lock your preference list. You have to lock your list of preferences before the stipulated deadline date. Otherwise, your application is as good as not there. One major change that you already know that had been set into motion last year or the year before is that even if you don't participate in the main round, you can still participate in the special rounds, right? And the spot round. For all 3 rounds, you have to do separate registration, right? So that is something which is a major change, and obviously you are aware of this aspect. मान लीजिए आपको फर्स्ट 3 राउंड्स में पार्टिसिपेट नहीं करना, डोंट डू इट. Participate only for second special rounds. There are 2 special rounds, and then finally there is a national spot round, right? But हर round के लिए, हर set of rounds के लिए, you have to register separately, and registration amount is 3,500, which is non-refundable, right? No limit on the number of choices, but in first, second, and third round, there is no change of choices. Once you have given the list of choices, when you lock in your choices, you can't make any changes in the first 3 rounds. However, अगर आप special rounds के लिए register करते हैं, then you can completely redo your list of preferences. ठीक है? That's something to be kept in mind. Options are already known to you. The option 1 is float. That means you want to be considered for all higher choices. आपके list के higher choices during the subsequent round. Second option is slide. मतलब आपने इंस्टीट्यूट को एक्सेप्ट कर दिया. You don't want to change the institute. मान लीजिए मैकेनिकल स्टूडेंट है और NIT ट्रिची में आपने थर्मल के लिए किया, आपने डिजाइन के लिए किया, आपने इंडस्ट्रियल इंजीनियरिंग के लिए किया. And your preferences are choice 1 is design, choice 2 is industrial engineering, choice 3 is thermal. But you have been allotted thermal. But you want to remain in NIT Trichy only, therefore you opt for the slide option. If it is float, that means You are not accepting anything and you are wanting to be considered for all higher choices. जो एक choice आपको top मिल गई है वो मिलेगी, otherwise you are ready to be moving upward. Third choice is freeze. आपको जो इंस्टीट्यूट और प्रोग्राम अलॉट हुआ है आपने उसको एक्सेप्ट कर दिया, लॉक कर दिया. एंड वंस यू हैव डन द लॉकिंग, ऑब्वियसली उस समय फिर आपकी प्रोसेस ऑफ डॉक्यूमेंट वेरिफिकेशन स्टार्ट्स, द सीट एक्सेप्टेंस फीस पेमेंट हैज टू बी डन एंड ऑल दोज प्रोसेसेस कम इनटू पिक्चर. बट अगर आपने फ्रीज नहीं किया है, दैट मीन्स यू आर मूविंग ऑन टू द सेकेंड राउंड एंड द थर्ड राउंड. थोड़ा थोड़ा डिफरेंस है फर्स्ट राउंड, सेकेंड राउंड, थर्ड राउंड में. सेकेंड और थर्ड राउंड में there are two sets of cases, option 1 and option 2 candidates. अगर उनको हायर प्रेफरेंस मिल जाता है सेकेंड थर्ड राउंड में, उनको एक्सेप्ट करना ही पड़ेगा. व्हाट आर ऑप्शन 1 एंड ऑप्शन 2? ऑप्शन 1 इज फ्लोट, ऑप्शन 2 इज स्लाइड, राइट? और फ्रीज है तो फिर तो यू आर नॉट इन द रेस एट ऑल. यू आर ओनली इन द रेस इफ यू हैव ऑप्टेड फॉर फ्लोट or slide, right? After third round, all the vacant seats will be declared and they will publish it on the website. Okay, these are the seats available in these institutes. And based on that, you will make your list of preferences, right? And these are the seats which are available for the special rounds. All right. Permission of change of willingness can be done from float to slide or float to freeze. The third option is float to surrender and participate in the next round. These are the possible changes that can be made. All these inputs, they are given in the information brochure. They are all given in the information brochure, right? From slide to freeze, you can opt for, there is no problem. Okay. If the allotted seat is of better preferred choice for a candidate who had specified his willingness as float or slide in the previous round, then he will forfeit the claim. मान लीजिए आपने फ्लोट या स्लाइड ऑप्शन दिया राउंड 1 में, और नेक्स्ट राउंड में आपको एक सीट जो मिली वो ऑब्वियसली आपके लिस्ट ऑफ चॉइसेस के हिसाब से तो बेटर है, बट आप उसको लेना नहीं चाहते. बट जो सीट आपको पिछले राउंड में मिली थी, यू विल बी लूजिंग द क्लेम, यू विल फोरफिट द क्लेम. मतलब आपको थर्मल मिल गया ट्रिची में, सेकेंड राउंड में आपको ऑटोमेटिकली अपग्रेड होकर इंडस्ट्रियल मिल गया, तो आप थर्मल एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर सकते, थर्मल आपके हाथ से निकल जाता है, राइट? एंड ऑल दीज रिजल्ट्स आर पब्लिश्ड ऑन द सीसीएमटी वेबसाइट, बट आपको लॉग इन करना पड़ेगा. कोई हार्ड कॉपी नहीं मिलेगा. एवरीथिंग इज डन बाय वे ऑफ मेल्स ओनली. कोई हार्ड कॉपी नहीं है, कोई प्रिंट आउट नहीं, कोई कुरियर नहीं, कोई स्पीड पोस्ट नहीं. Everything is paperless and that's the way it has to be done, right? Special rounds, obviously special round as well as spot round, any candidate can register and participate in this. जिन लोगों ने फर्स्ट राउंड में मेन राउंड्स में पार्टिसिपेट नहीं भी किया था बट स्टिल they are eligible for participation, they can register for the special rounds and the spot round and they can participate in the available seats allocations, right? The payments, obviously, one is the registration fee, which is non-refundable. Seat acceptance fee is payable after you have accepted a seat. If you accept a seat after first round, then you have to pay 30,000 rupees for general OBC EWS category and 10,000 rupees for SC, ST and PWD category. The partial admission fee is payable on the CCMT portal on acceptance of seat after round 3 or after special round 2. This amount is 10,000 for general OBC EWS and 5,000 rupees for SC, ST and PWD. Obviously, this is over and above the seat acceptance fees, right? This is standard instructions. एक सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट जो FAQ है, if I have multiple gate scorecards of different years and different papers, can I apply using more than one of them? Answer is yes, you can apply using more than one of them, but आपको हर scorecard के लिए अलग अलग registration करनी पड़ेगी. Each application would be standalone application only. ये खास तौर पे उन लोगों के लिए है मान लीजिए जिन्होंने एमई और एक्सी दोनों गेट कोड्स हैं, एक्सी में आपका गेट स्कोर हायर है बट एमई में थोड़ा कम है, बट देन ऑब्वियसली देयर इज सम लिमिटेशन कि एक्सी के लिए सारे कोर्सेज सब इंस्टीट्यूट में अवेलेबल नहीं है, एमई में सारे कोर्सेज सभी इंस्टीट्यूट के लिए मैकेनिकल के अवेलेबल हैं। तो उस चीज को बैलेंस करने के लिए उन्होंने ये ऑप्शन दिया कि आप दोनों गेट कोड से, एमई के लिए एमई से भी रजिस्टर कर सकते हैं और एक्सी से भी रजिस्टर कर सकते हैं अलग अलग, और दोनों की अलॉटमेंट बेस्ड ऑन इंडिविजुअल मेरिट्स ही होगी। ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने एमई से कर दिया और एक्सी का स्कोर हायर है देन यू से अरे यार मेरा क्या हो गया, मैं क्या करूंगा, नहीं ऐसा नहीं। यू कैन डू अ सेपरेट रजिस्ट्रेशन, फ्रेश रजिस्ट्रेशन विद एक्सी, और दोनों की प्रोसेसिंग इंडिपेंडेंट ही होती रहेगी। ऑल राइट, ठीक है। अगर अलॉटमेंट दो या उससे ज्यादा एप्लीकेशंस में मिलती है तो आपको नेचुरली एक से ही आप कंटिन्यू करोगे ना, आप दो के साथ तो कंटिन्यू करोगे नहीं, नहीं तो दोनों के साथ आपको फीस भी पे करनी पड़ेगी और सब कुछ देना पड़ेगा। सो ऑब्वियसली यू विल गो फॉर द बेटर अलॉटमेंट दैट कम्स टू यू, एंड दैट इज हाउ यू विल हैव टू बी टेकिंग इनटू कंसिडरेशन। ठीक है। इस स्टेज पे एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कंसिडरेशन आपने अपने माइंड में रखनी है। डू नॉट गिव प्रेफरेंस बेस्ड ऑन व्हाट यू कैन गेट। मेरा गेट स्कोर इतना है, पिछले साल के गेट कट ऑफ के बेस के ऊपर मेरे को इस इंस्टीट्यूट में ये ब्रांच मिल जाती है, मैं इसको ऊपर रख देता हूं। ऐसा मत करिए। अपनी विश लिस्ट बनाइए। मेरे को जो रिक्वायर्ड है ब्रांच, मेरे को जो ब्रांच चाहिए और जिस इंस्टीट्यूट में चाहिए, मैं उसको फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस दूंगा। आई विल नॉट गो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ कि मेरे को ये मिल सकती है और उसको मैं फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस दूं। नो, आई विल गिव फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस टू व्हाट आई विश। मेरी विश लिस्ट क्या है, मैं क्या चाहता हूं, उसके बेस के ऊपर अपनी प्रेफरेंस लिस्ट बनाइए, नॉट ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ व्हाट इज लाइकली टू कम टू यू। एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है ये, इसमें गलती आपने नहीं करनी है। आपको पता है कि मेरे को एनआईटी ट्रिची में मशीन डिजाइन नहीं मिलेगा, बट स्टिल यू कैन कीप इट एट प्रेफरेंस नंबर वन, डजेंट मैटर। You go by the combination of institute and the specialization, right? Maybe it is logical to have NIT Trichy top three branches of mechanical, NIT Warangal top three branches, NIT Surathkal top three branches, or interchange depending on whatever is your personal preference. See, a detailed discussion about each of the streams and the preferred sets of NITs आपको ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल है इन द पोस्ट गेट काउंसलिंग वीडियोस फॉर ऑल द स्ट्रीम्स। वी हैव द पोस्ट गेट काउंसलिंग वीडियोस इन द मेडिजी यूट्यूब चैनल। प्लीज गो थ्रू दैट बिफोर मेकिंग अ फाइनल लिस्ट ऑफ प्रेफरेंसेस। एक एक्सेल शीट बनाइए अपनी, उसमें लिस्ट ऑफ नेम ऑफ द इंस्टीट्यूट और उसके सामने ब्रांच, और फिर उसके आगे 1 2 3 4 लिखिए और उसको फाइनली सॉर्ट करके, दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड बी ट्रांसप्लांटिंग इन व्हेन यू आर फिलिंग अप द मैट्रिक्स, राइट? That is something which will be a very, very helpful thing for you to do. Don't do it randomly, do it very systematically. एक एक्सेल शीट लेके लिस्ट ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूट्स, उसके सामने जो जो ब्रांचेस हैं, हर इंस्टीट्यूट के अगर 3 ब्रांचेस हैं तो 3 रोज आ गई, 5 ब्रांचेस हैं तो 5 रोज आ गई अपने ब्रांच के अनुसार, और उसके आगे अपना प्रेफरेंस नंबर 1 2 3, और फिर उस प्रेफरेंस नंबर के बेस के ऊपर इसको सॉर्ट आउट करके, एंड देन यू कैन यूज दिस एक्सेल शीट फॉर making your preference chart for the CCMT counseling, right? All these, the preference, preferred course order, etc., this is already there in the post-grad counseling videos. You can take a look at it. It's there. It's available in the Medici YouTube channel. Please go through that, and in conjunction with that only, make your preferences. Now, since this part is over, now I want to take up individual questions. Please, you can start raising your hand and I'll keep on asking you to unmute one by one. Right? Let me see the chat messages which were there, because okay, no issues. Nothing that I have missed. All right. I'll not be seeing those of you who have joined on the YouTube. I'll not be checking the responses on the YouTube as of now. But then before winding up, I'll go through all the messages which are there on the YouTube and refer to and give the answers to those also. Please don't do any sharing. Please don't do any sharing. I'm going to be disallowing that. I'm going to be disallowing that. Please remove this chair. Yes, you can raise your hand and I'll unmute you. And then we can have a discussion. Yes, Sai Pirla. Please unmute. Yes, beta.
Sir, I am from mechanical. My gate score is 465.
Okay.
So, and my category is OBC.
Okay.
Do I get a chance in NIT Surathkal Mission Design, sir?
Beta, that is a question which I will not answer today. That is a question for which you already have the answer by way of the post-grade counseling. Is it
Okay,
not?
sir. Yes, sir.
If you had submitted your details on the website for the post-grade counseling, you would have received a PDF where the cutoffs has already been summarized. And in fact, just to make it facilitated, what we had done was we had taken the opening score of the main round 1 and the closing round of the main round 3. That will give you an idea that this range is definitely reachable. So based on that, you should be making a self-assessment. Am I getting it? Am I not getting it? But as I have said, it is very important that you fill up the preferences not on the basis of what you can get, but fill up your preferences on the basis of what you want to get. So don't say that, can I get this? No, I want this. Let it be preference number 1. If I don't get this, then I want this. Let it be preference number 2. So make your preference list on that basis. Don't make it on the basis of what you're likely to get. All right. I hope I'm clear in this statement.
Okay, sir.
इसमें कोई
Thank you.
कंफ्यूजन तो नहीं है ना बेटा किसी को? Okay. Yes. Next, please. Anybody else who wants to ask, raise query, ask question? Yes, Sakshi, please unmute.
Good evening, sir.
Yes,
Sir, I
beta.
registered the GATE examination through general category only, but because that year I was not coming into the EWS. But now this year I'm coming into the EWS. Can I register through EWS category
Yes,
in the
you can.
county?
Yes, you can. This is a question which a lot of you might be having. If you have a valid EWS category certificate or if you're having a valid OBC NCL certificate, you can register in this modified category. Definitely, that's permitted. The only condition is that you should have a valid certificate. That's all. There is
Okay,
no
sir. Thank
problem.
you.
Because is your category mentioned on the GATE scorecard? The answer is no. They have this information, they have this data in the back end, but then it is not coming in the way of your application as a category candidate, right? Okay. Yes, Priyamvada, please unmute.
सर मेरा गेट स्कोर 495 है और मैं ईडब्ल्यूएस कैटेगरी से हूँ सर वो टॉप 10 एनआईटीज में प्रेफरेंस लिस्ट में हम क्या ट्रिपल आईटी इलाहाबाद को भी उधर ऐड कर सकते हैं वीएलएसआई के लिए सर स्पेसिफिकली
कर सकते हो, कर सकते हो,
ठीक
बिल्कुल कर
ठीक
सकते हो।
ओके सर
कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है,
ठीक है थैंक यू सर
बिल्कुल। ओके। Yes, please. Next. See, if you maintain a self-discipline, you can unmute yourself. But only care is that if one person has unmuted, the second person should not unmute. Otherwise, there is a lot of clutter and nothing is audible. Yes. Anybody else who wants to raise query? Yeah, Anurag, if you have any query, you can please raise your hand or maybe you can just unmute yourself. No issues. See, list of preferred courses already available to you. There is no point in repeating that information. You already have it. Okay. Siddharth, I'm not answering these queries. We are focused on the purpose for which this session is being conducted. डायरेक्ट स्पेशल राउंड में पार्टिसिपेट कर सकते हैं, बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं. यू नीड नॉट पार्टिसिपेट इन द मेन राउंड्स एट ऑल. पॉसिबल. Manmat, based on your gate score, you please check, go to the YouTube channel, Medizi YouTube channel, and refer to the video by B. Singh sir about civil engineers. Very elaborate coverage of the preferred list of institute and courses. And maybe you can take a call based on that. Plus, the cutoffs have already been given. The PDF is already available with you if you have submitted your call details for post-gate counseling. If somebody does not have that PDF, you can do it even now and you will be mailed the PDF within 24 hours. Queries, please. So many of you are there and there are no queries. That means I have already done the job. Is it? For transportation, can I go to NIT Trichy? See, both Trichy as well as Surathkal are almost similar in terms of faculty and content, both. सागर, अगर आपने डिटेल्स दिए हुए थे तो आप रजिस्टर आप ज्वाइन कर सकते थे जूम के थ्रू. अदरवाइज तो यू हैव टू settle with this only. Just write your query in the chat. I'm reading every query now. Both are open in front of me. No issues. Power electronics in tier 1 or VLSI in tier 2. See, power electronics and VLSI are two completely different cups of tea. You either make a career in power electronics or you make a career in VLSI. Depending on which is your first preference, then you should go for it. Then you should look at it. But in terms of tier 2 colleges, if you go through the video, which is there, where Rohit Tripathi sir has given some very, very meaningful, useful inputs, you will realize that some of the tier 2, the newer IITs, I won't call it tier 2 college, I will call it the newer IITs, some of those have got immense potential of pursuing masters in VLSI discipline. Gandhinagar being one of them. Siddharth, if you have, if you are a fresher, then you can take a call, because there is no point in going for M.Tech in a lowly placed institute. It doesn't make really good sense. You must do it from a good institute. If you want to go for masters and you have the option of going for college campus placement, go for placement, work for a year, and simultaneously keep on working to improve your gate score. See, remember, you are not doing preparation from zero. You are not doing your preparation from base zero. You are looking at, you are only wanting to bring that incremental positivity, a higher score in gate. So if if the placement option that you have is reasonably good, 5 to 10 lakhs per annum or even higher, I think you should go for that. प्रभात 414 ओबीसी मैकेनिकल, बहुत सारे IITs में अप्लाई किया है और COAP लास्ट राउंड तक वेट करने का है, बट CCMT में लास्ट राउंड में अप्लाई कर सकते हो. स्पेशल राउंड्स में CCMT में अप्लाई कर देना, मेन राउंड्स छोड़ दो, बट ऑब्वियसली नंबर ऑफ सीट्स विल गेट रिड्यूस्ड. NIT दुर्गापुर और IIT बैंगलोर में से क्या चूज करूं फॉर VLSI? If you want to save money, then NIT Durgapur. If money is not an issue, then VLSI Bangalore placements almost assured. एक सेकेंड, यहाँ पे भी चैट मैसेजेस आ रहे हैं. NIT VLSI Jaipur Surat versus Kurukshetra. See, Kurukshetra has been identified as a institute of excellence for VLSI. So that's what will put Kurukshetra at an edge. But then because Surat is in Jaipur, Surat is in Gujarat, and Gujarat is home to a number of VLSI fabricating manufacturing units. So therefore, Surat can get an advantage there. So it can be Surat followed by Kurukshetra or vice versa, depending on your geographical preference. See, when it's a question of making a preference list, I would say that devote time to watch the videos which are there for each branch. Siddharth, please spend that 1 hour by going through the video for electronics or for electrical, where the relative merits and demerits of every single institute have been discussed at length. Please devote that time. Okay. And if still there is a dilemma, you can write back to me. My gate score is 409 from electrical and I want to pursue VLSI. I think you will have to participate in all rounds. You don't have a choice, Sakshi. Because relatively lower gate score, definitely you'll have to wait and watch only. COAP and CCMT are two independent buckets. CCMT does not know what is happening in COAP. COAP does not know what is happening in CCMT. So don't worry. Sagar, I have already answered your question. Shavi Singh, again, my answer is watch the video. Watch the post-gate counseling video. I hope you are able to locate those videos. I'll run through one of the videos just to give you a glimpse of those. But even that is not needed. It's accessible to everybody. It's there in the Made Easy YouTube channel. Okay. Communication system with 432 ECE with general category and you can choose. Please choose. In fact, don't even miss VLSI. Give preference for VLSI, even if it is seemingly impossible. At least in the preference list, include both. Ankita, don't drop VLSI just because you think it is not reachable. No. The basis of selection is gate score. They do not look at rank. They do not look at marks. They only look at gate score. And because the last 3 years gate scores are valid, that means 23, 24, 25. All the 3 gate scores are equal weightage. Ishika, you should have joined the COAP session, which was conducted in the forenoon. From 10:30, from 12:30, we went on till about almost till 2:15. Internships are generally permitted. Instead of the project thesis at the campus, they do permit the internship in conjunction with an industry. And Trichy, being an industrial town, gives you that advantage. Yeah, why just two? Many more students can have the same gate score. And then there is a resolution of the tie based on the year, based on the date of birth, etc. There is a resolution procedure which is given. It can happen. It can happen. Please don't ask me what are the chances of me getting a particular course in a particular institute. No, I'm not answering that. The reason is I'm not a crystal ball gazer. I'm not a fortune teller. Ritu, you should. You should. For VLSI, Jalandhar can be placed above Bhopal for sure. And Triple IT Allahabad and NIT Jalandhar would be almost at par with each other. So you can make a choice depending on your preference. Siddharth, if you're definite about appearing for GATE 2026, why do you want to join M.Tech? Don't do that. But if you're appearing for GATE 2026 with the objective of improving your score for a PSU, yes, then you can. Provided you already have a 2 years gap. If you're a fresher, then I would not recommend you to just join M.Tech for the sake of M.Tech. Siddharth Mishra, if I get a good NIT with CTM, okay, Construction Technology and Management, as I want to join that branch. So I give a chance to join CCMT Counselling. You should apply for CCMT and give preferences for CTM in the institutes which are your target institutes. NIT Delhi is excellent for every single branch, let me tell you. Those of you who are not aware of NIT Delhi, I can tell you for sure that the placements are excellent in NIT Delhi. Radheshamji, I will not answer your question, can I get? What I can say is you should apply. That's it. You are a pass out, you are a 2019 pass out doing job. Depending on what kind of job are you doing? Are you looking for a full-time M.Tech with the objective of improving your job prospects, or what is the clear-cut objective? NIT Suratkal design is really good, really good. Elaborately discussed in the session for mechanical and production engineering students by Amrinder Sir and Varun Sir. Please go through that. Why restrict to only top 5 NITs, Prash? You can consider the next set of 5 also. But at the same time, VNIT Nagpur is not a small weight. It's a reasonably good institute. NIT Delhi can be preferred over NIT Surat. The reason is only one. The only reason why NIT Delhi can be preferred is because of the location. It really attracts very good placements. That is why NIT Delhi can be a preferred institute. Satvik, your question cannot be answered at all. Nobody can answer your question because it depends on hundreds and hundreds of factors. Probable list you can get by going through the post-gate counseling videos and the gate cutoff PDF. That is what you should go through. NIT Kurukshetra VLSI is good. I have already stated that. The reason is that it has been identified as a center of excellence. NIT Trichy VLSI or IIT Kanpur Power Engineering and also IIT Kharagpur Instrumentation and Integrated Electronics. Shubham, Integrated Electronics Instrumentation Kharagpur is, I think you can settle for NIT Trichy VLSI, if you really ask me. Jintu Kakati, you have to go by the merits and demerits of the respective institute and the course. Warangal CTM or NITK means Karnataka CTM. Either of the two. Or unless you are talking about Kurukshetra CTM. In which case, I'll prefer Warangal over Kurukshetra. Aman, I'll prefer NIT Delhi over Kurukshetra. Calicut CSIS or NIT Rourkela Information Security. I think CSIS is what? Computer Science and Information Security, or what? What is the full form of CSIS? Can you please? Prabhat, what is your question? Let me just read it, beta. Please give me a moment. प्रभात, आपको मेन राउंड में भी अप्लाई करना है, आपको मेन राउंड ऑफ सीसीएमटी में भी अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा बेटा। डायरेक्टली स्पेशल राउंड्स में नहीं जा सकते आप, बट सीओएपी के लास्ट राउंड तक आपको देखना पड़ेगा। ओके, I think then in that case CSIS at Calicut to be preferred over NIT Rourkela Information Security. Aman Singh, I will get triple IT Bangalore VLSI in second round. Can I think? See, VLSI at NIT, triple IT Bangalore is comparable to Kurukshetra and Delhi. But the other comparison, if you look at the amount that you have to spend for for about 2 years in triple IT Bangalore is almost 3 times that of the amount which you are going to spend in NIT Delhi or in Kurukshetra. That is also a factor which you can keep in mind, unless that is not a consideration at all. Structural engineering or CTM? I would prefer CTM better. CTM is a more broad-based branch from placement perspective, only because of that reason. Kurukshetra VLS over Calicut, the branch which you have just written. Old IIT SPCOM versus NIT top 10 NITs. No, old Kanpur SPCOM definitely to be preferred over VLSI at Trichy or Warangal also. I hope that will convey a lot. Nikhil, I am not talking about chances. Siddharth, I have already answered your question, I hope. Ashu, 22 pass out. I feel like I am too late for M.Tech. Then don't go for any more rounds. Focus on getting a job. Sagar, purely guided by your preference, NIT Jalandhar is as good as Durgapur. In fact, maybe better. Ritu says, if I get any seat in main round, but I also want to go for special round, yes, you have to, the fees which you have paid will get carried forward. But the registration has to be done afresh by paying the fresh fee. Registration amount does not get carried forward. You have to register freshly for each of the 3 categories of rounds. Okay. Tarun, it depends on what are the options available to you. See, BITS Pilani as an institute is a very strong institute. So obviously it is better than doing M.Tech from a low-placed institute. And BITS Pilani can compare very favorably in terms of placements if you look at even the top 10 NITs for that matter. For Jintu, the preference order, the way I would look at it is Delhi, Durgapur, Jaipur. फाइनल ऑफर लॉक करने से पहले आपको कांटेक्ट कैसे करेंगे? बेटा मैं एक बार और सेशन ये कंडक्ट करूंगा। फाइनल ऑफर लॉक करने का जो डेट है उसके 2 दिन पहले एक बार फिर से ये वाला सेशन करना है मैंने। एंड डेफिनेटली यू पीपल कैन ज्वाइन। The only condition is that if your mail IDs are there, then you'll get the Zoom invitation. Otherwise, it will have to be through YouTube. Like those of you who have joined on Zoom, their data is already available with me. So you will receive the Zoom invitation for sure. Satvik, information security students cannot get the same placement opportunities as CS student, my dear. NIT R signal processing versus NIT R electronic system and communication versus NIT Rourkela. What is it? Computers and networks? Is it what you are saying? Jinkala Jain, please go through the postgate counseling PDF and the videos to get answer to your question. CTM or structure in Warangal. CTM as a branch is what gives you more placement opportunities. That is what I can talk about. MNIT Allahabad is a great place to study. There is absolutely no problem, Tarun. Don't even have any doubts. Warangal and Suratkal are both comparable, beta. It's a matter of personal preferences in terms of location, nothing else. Amar, definitely, the session will definitely be conducted 2 days before the closing date for choices. Be assured. And after every round of choices which are allotted, the branches which are allotted, once again, I'll have these sessions. It's up to you to devote time. And I'll conduct those sessions maybe during the 8 to 10 window, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. window. What is PED, please? Can you elaborate what is full form of PED? Power electronics and drives or what? IIT Madras RF and photonics versus electric vehicle versus NIT Trichy Surathkal VLSI. You can prefer Trichy Surathkal VLSI. You can. The reason is RF photonics may have restricted applications. The opportunities for M.Tech in propulsion from ISC or IITB are on the rise. The reason is the expansion in terms of setting up the facilities, whether it is with regard to space research or with regard to the aeroplane manufacture. And when I'm saying aeroplanes, I'm talking about for defense as well as for civilian applications. Though we don't have mainline manufacturing applications, but then they are in the pipeline. Why IIIT Allahabad is highly ranked? It's purely because of the quality of the faculty and the facilities there. And IIIT Allahabad is not an institute which got set up yesterday. IIIT Allahabad, to the best of my knowledge, got established in the year, the first batch of B.Tech students was admitted to that institute in the year 2000. I remember that very distinctly. And it was so easy to get admission in IIIT Allahabad at that time. I remember one of my students who was preparing for IIT JEE at that time, he did not get even 60% in his school leaving exams, and still he got admission in that place. And very well placed after completing. Thermal power versus IIIT M manufacturing. I'll go for IIIT M manufacturing. Madras is the hub of manufacturing, and that's why the placements are anybody's dream. NIT are electronic systems and communication, are communication and network versus our signal processing, which is better. I don't know. It's a tough question. I think you'll get a better answer by going through the video of post-gate counseling where Rohit Tripathi sir has very elaborately highlighted. Please devote a few minutes there. I mean, when you start the video, you can go on a fast pace and reach the spot where this aspect has been discussed. Shubham, it is not a general statement that you have to choose VLSI in NIT, whether we are getting IIT with branch other than VLSI. No, it's not like that. Suppose you are getting VLSI in the 7th or the 8th ranked NIT, but you got SPCOM in IIT Kanpur. I'll go for SPCOM in IIT Kanpur. The reason, placements. Just one moment. Ritu, your list is by and large correct, but Raipur can be preferred over Hamirpur and Agartala. Right? Silchar is a very highly ranked NIT. Don't underrate Silchar. Don't underestimate the potential of Silchar. Jintu, it is always with reference to what? See, group 1 and group 2 primarily is, like for the core branch, the number, it's just the allocation of seats. That is what it is. There is absolutely no clarity given anywhere in the CCMT website about this group 1, group 2. And the interpretation varies from even NIT to NIT. That is what I have noticed. So when you go for trying to find out which are the courses and the institutes available for your particular gate discipline, you will find different results for different NITs. That is what I was checking. Silchar can be placed higher. Silchar can be placed higher than the Raipurs and the other ones. Maybe you can move it 2 or 3 notches higher than where you have placed it right now, Ritu. See, Manvendra, all these courses like advanced instrumentation and artificial intelligence, they are good courses. But point is, in comparison with what? On a standalone basis, they give you a lot of learning. Go through the list of courses which you are going to be studying as a part of the course curriculum, and then you can make an assessment on your own. Should I or should I not? Okay. Yes, Prabhat, focus on group 1. Exactly. Calicut has good placements in CS and related courses. True. See, to some extent, a role will be played by you yourself also when the organizations are coming for placement to your institute. So that is something which you have to really be giving due consideration to. In comparison to VLSI, obviously you have to drop instrumentation and AI. Please note down my email ID. It is dkarora@madeasy.in in case you don't have it with you already. By now, most of you would be having this email ID. And in case there is a doubt which persists in your mind, you can always write back, but don't write in cryptic words. Give complete information. Write in Hindi, English, whatever, but be clear in what you want to convey and what you want to ask. All right. I think we'll have one more round of discussion. We'll have one more round of. I'll write in the chat box, Ritu. The mail which you have received is from my email ID only. I'll just write in the chat box. I'll write in both, in YouTube as well as here. I'm going to write. dkarora@madeeasy.in. That is the email ID. Please make a note. All right. शुभम, आपका डाउट तो मैंने आंसर कर दिया था बेटा. आपने तो सीसीएमटी, आप तो सीओएपी में भी आए थे भाई. I have to choose VLSI in top NIT, whether we are getting IIT with branch other than VLSI. I answered it clearly. See, if you are getting VLSI in Trichy versus maybe SPCOM in some of the lower IITs, yes, VLSI has to be preferred in Trichy. But if you are getting VLSI in maybe Raurkela or in Durgapur or in any other place, and you are getting SPCOM in Kanpur, IIT Kanpur, I would prefer SPCOM in IIT Kanpur. The clear consideration for me is very good placements for SPCOM pass outs year after year. But then it's a mathematics oriented course. So you have to have love for that. Relearning, it is a consideration you have to give very clearly. If you can write to me about your journey by mail, I'll be able to address it better. I have rewritten my email ID. It is dkarora@madeeasy.in. There is a double E, which is missed out a number of times and the mail does not reach me. Okay. So just in case somebody wants to have a more detailed review of his thought process, please send a mail giving complete details and I'll definitely respond back. Okay. I think with this we can close this session, and once again we'll have a repeat of this session maybe 2 days before the closing of the choices, right? The closing of the choices takes place on which date? Let's take a look at that. And then based on that, we can decide when are we going to meet once again. Yes, the locking of the choices is on 6th of June. So maybe tentatively we can have another discussion on the 2nd of June, 1st June or 2nd June, right? So watch out for the information in the Made Easy Telegram channels so that you don't miss out, right? And we'll meet once again on the 2nd of June tentatively. Shubham, which branch? Panic will never help. Always work with a cool mind. SPCOM is a good opportunity from any of the good IIT, from the top IITs. E 832, what is the rank? I am hopeful of you getting the opportunity. I am hopeful that you will get the PSC. as long as you are meeting the age criteria. Okay. Yeah, if you are meeting the age criteria for some of the PSUs, so hopefully you should make it to a PSU this year itself. Don't worry. Okay. I think we'll call it an end to the session. We'll close the session at this point. Meet once again on the 2nd of June, maybe at the same time, so that in case there are any queries, any doubts in anybody's mind, we can try to resolve them and make you move on the right path. Thank you very much for joining us. Best wishes once again. Think logical, make your choice of preferences logically, not on the basis of what you can get, but on the basis of what you want. That is something which must always be prime. All right. Thanks once again. Work hard. Bless you all.